The hunt is on for the Egypt Air flight that disappeared over the Mediterranean Sea. A grim warning from the United Nations as millions in South Sudan may face a food shortage. And in a gem of a sail, an exquisite jewel sets a world record. Africa 54 starts right now.
Good evening and welcome. I'm Vincent Makori. This is Africa 54. At this hour, an all-out search is underway for a missing Egypt Air passenger jet that vanished Thursday over the Mediterranean Sea. Egypt Air Flight 804 departed Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport bound for Cairo, but never landed at its destination. Now, Greek Defense Minister Panos Kamenos says the plane made sudden turns and a sharp descent from over 11,000 meters to 4,500 meters before disappearing from radar. French, Greek and Egyptian crews, along with the U.S. Navy, are searching for the missing jet, which had 66 passengers and crew on board. Greek officials said the search is taking place at sea, about 240 kilometers southeast of the island of Karpathos. French President François Hollande says nothing has been ruled out for the cause of the accident.
We have all the duty to know and learn everything about the causes of what happened, and no hypothesis is out of question, and none has been singled out. I therefore wanted that everything was made available to Greek and Egyptian authorities so we can liaise with them to send them boats, airplanes, to find where the airplane crashed and to retrieve, if possible, debris which will allow us to find out and know the truth.
Greek officials said the search is taking place about 240 kilometers southeast of the island of Karpathos. French Foreign Minister Jean-Marc Ayrault says France will contribute planes and boats to the search and is maintaining close contact with Egyptian authorities. The French and Egyptian foreign ministers have exchanged condolences over the incident. Joining us now live via Skype from Paris is journalist Lisa Bryant. Lisa, what more can you tell us from your end right now?
Well, as the French president, as you noted, Vincent, the French president says everything is up in terms of speculation. Could it be a crash, an accidental crash? Could it actually be a terrorist attack? He's actually ruling out nothing. Of course, experts say that, that the possibility of a terrorist attack is among the options. However, it's important to remember that there's some interesting things that have happened in airline history also touching France, including the Germanwings crash last year, where we saw there was actually a pilot that downed the plane deliberately. And Egypt Air itself has had a similar situation in 1999. So, yes, eyes are turned on security and possible terrorist attacks. But as Mr. Hollande said, right now, nobody's ruling out anything.
And we know that U.S. officials have also said a bomb on board is a possibility. Now, this is something definitely that will not make the French very, very happy in terms of what this will mean for the kind of security they have in France, right?
Well, yes and no, because we remember that after the Paris attacks and the Brussels attacks, including the airport attack, the French officials have stepped up security pretty massively around the country, including airports and transportation hubs. We see, soldiers as well as police. It's interesting also to note that about 180,000 passengers traverse through Charles de Gaulle every day. That's the airport that Egypt Air took off from. Also, that Egypt Air flight went to a number of places before arriving in Paris and taking off. It seems to have gone to over 24 hours or so. It went to Eritrea, it went to Tunisia, crossed back into Cairo, then to Paris. So there are a lot of options that could have happened in terms of that. But yes, airport security is going to be one thing I think that investigators are going to be looking at.
Well, Elizabeth, thank you very much for those updates.
Thanks, Vincent.
Thank you very much. Journalist Lisa Bryant reporting live via Skype from Paris. Now for the latest from Egypt, reporter Amina Ashraf joins me live by phone now from Cairo. Welcome, Amina.
Hello, hi.
Yes, there's a lot that is being said, but just give us, the latest that you're hearing from Egyptian officials.
So it Egyptian officials have been very, very careful when issuing statements. Firstly, they have asked media or the media outlets here not to spread any false news and to be very careful in their reporting. This is a trend that we have seen over the past couple of months when any incident sort of hits Egypt. Also, the Egyptian authorities have been very careful not to say anything about this disappeared flight. They have said they do not know yet if it crashed or not, which is very contradicting to reports we're getting from Greece or France. And they've also, tried to rule out the option of terrorism as much as possible because the possible implications on the economic and tourism sector that this could have on Egypt. As I'm sure you might know, this is the third event this year alone that has plagued Egypt, and this could have very negative consequences on Egypt's economy and its tourism sector and many other aspects.
Indeed. And have you heard from relatives of those who may have perished in that plane? What are they saying?
So the people were in the airport, and they were reporting that the Egyptian authorities haven't been able to help them out. They haven't received any news from them. There isn't any information that is getting to them, which is, of course, causing them to be extremely stressed out, lose faith in the Egyptian authorities, as well as the search teams in the area that are trying to retrieve any debris or any signs of this flight.
Okay, and up to this point, what's going on in Egypt? In a few seconds.
So up to this point, basically, Egyptian authorities are investigating. The military has sent fighter jets to the area, and they're trying as much as possible to locate any debris that could indicate what exactly happened. But again, I would like to stress that the Egyptian authorities are very careful not to give out any information until they are 100% certain of what has happened with this flight.
Well, Amina, thank you very much. Amina Ashraf reporting from Cairo in Egypt.